So when we're in a situation of indecision, when we're in a situation of transition, when the seasons are changing, when we're trying to look forward into our year and make plans, but we're not sure if we'll be allowed on an airplane anymore, we don't know what next fall will bring, right? That uncertainty is an inner upheaval. And it's a question, and a question is an upward action, and an answer is a downward action. You can think about it that way. Like, I don't know, oh, I know. You can feel it in your body. I wonder, okay. And so we want some of this energy. We need to be able to provide for ourselves apana. And apana is the sensation you feel on an exhalation. And so if we can ground into the limbs, and I want you to look at your hands, and from point to point you have a square, right? And when you put that square on the floor, that's what holds you. And if you just feel the outer edge of your hands right now, it's really wobbly. But if I put my knuckles and the heels of my hands down, I'm very stable because that square translates to the square of my shoulders and my hips. So I have a square right angles here, and right angles in my feet. So I want you to look for that. When you put your hands down, find the right angles. When you put your shoulders on the floor today, find the right angles, find your hips. And it's that action that's going to remind us to come into our core. And your core isn't just like your lovely six-pack that we all have, we just can't all see. But that your core, imagine you're coming into your spine from where you're sitting now to the top of your head. That's your core. You have a core to your heart. You have a core to your mind. So we're building that sensation of core energy. We'll start on our backs. A strap will be useful. A bolster at the end will be useful. And a strap in your hand as you come to lie down will be useful. So with your knees bent and your feet flat, tap your feet out a little and bang your heels down a little and just feel your feet really enter the floor. And as you do, you'll feel the backs of your hips really settle into the floor. Check that your feet, your heels are the width of your hips. Right? There you go. Lift and spread your toes, let your toes come down, and just feel the base of your big toe, the base of your little toe, the inner heel, the outer heel. And as you establish that square, feel the left hip, the right hip, the left shoulder, the right shoulder, the back of your head. Good. So bringing your knees into your chest, your hands onto your shins. Let your tailbone roll off the floor. So hands on shins, you're rolling it in, give it a little squeeze, roll the tail off the floor, release your hands down, put your feet to the floor. This is inhale, knees to your chest. This is exhale. Oh. Put your feet to the floor and notice you're kind of holding a little. And as you breathe in, I want you to really allow your weight into your feet. Let your feet be heavy. And then let your arms be heavy. And on the exhale, you're rounding, gathering into that core body. And on the inhale, you are falling open heavier. That there's an ease on the inhale. And then there's a rinse on the exhale. You're setting down for 5. And for 4. And for 3. So you'll continue this, but don't allow your feet to the floor. Your feet towards the floor, but they hover. And then knees to chest. So you're getting a little more supple, thighs falling into the body, rinsing the hips, rolling the low back off the floor. The feet float now. And with the float, there's a little activation. The low abdomen is starting to fire. For 3. Find the rhythm of your breathing. Find the rhythm of your body. Knees to the chest. Extend your legs out 60 degrees. Straight out. Arms wide. And exhale, knees to chest. So open it up a little bit and start to lift your feet to that 60-degree angle, and now find a little bit of a pace to open, to close. Close your eyes. And you're stabilizing. Left hip on the floor, right hip on the floor, and then rolling off, work right there, or if you choose, lift your head, shoulders, nose between your knees, opening wide, head goes down, knees to chest, your head comes up. The last stage, if you choose here, is your hands reach towards your heels, then you keep your feet together. And then inhale, open, and exhale, reach. So now you've gathered it all the way from the base of your spine, behind your navel, up behind your heart. And we'll stay here 10 more. You may go back if you need to. If it's too much, do a little less. Otherwise, really finding your way in. You're making a decision. You're crafting a decision. You're building certainty, and you're building freedom. 2 and 1. Good. Feet to the floor, hands overhead. Turn your palms to the sky. And now just let go. Let your feet be heavy. Let your hands be heavy. Let your heart be heavy. And notice that there's an energy in the center of your belly, and that's where it all begins. That's where transformation occurs. Keep your knees bent, add your strap, and you'll take your right foot up, put the strap over the arch of your foot. With your right leg extended, with the leg straightened, hold each side of the strap, one hand on each side, and straighten your arms, and then just hold where you find the strap there. Bend your elbows as you bend your knees. So elbows go wide, knee comes down toward the floor, that's exhale. Press into the strap to straighten your arms, that's inhale. So bend your elbows wide, bring it down. Inhale, press into the strap, and be very strong in the arms and strong in the leg. So we're starting to clarify from the hip to the foot. All the indecision of the past week, see if you can just press your way towards clarity. 4. And you're rinsing out through the right hip, through the right hamstring. Pressing to the base of your big toe, the base of your little toe, your inner heel, your outer heel, and then stay. Straighten the left leg, left thigh to the floor. Press into both heels and feel your right hip even on the floor. It's even with the left hip, and the hips are even with the shoulders. So as you find those right angles, right hip, right shoulder, and right out into the tips of your toes. Press into the feet. Bend your left knee, left foot flat. Hold both straps with your right hand. And your right leg goes wide, your left arm goes wide, open through the middle. If you need to, a little bend in the right leg. If you need to, a little bend and then a little press into the right leg. If you have the space, straighten your left leg and press into both feet. Can you feel your right hip as even to the floor as your left? Your right shoulder even to the floor as your left. Feel the length of your legs emanating from your navel. Little bend in the right knee, little press. Up into the center, left hand holds the right strap. So both straps in the left hand, take it across. Put your left elbow to the floor. Take your right arm wide and cross your right leg over to the left side. Now stand in both heels. Little bend in the right knee, little press. Little rinse of the navel. Little bend of the right knee, press, turn your chin toward the right shoulder.
press into your feet. Again, soften on the inhale and press out straight on the exhale. And into the center. Bend your left knee. Hold the strap again, and this time lift your head and shoulders. So one strap in each hand. This may be where you work or the left leg straight, your choice. Inhale, head, shoulders to the floor. Exhale, bend your elbows, head to the shin. 3. Stand in your left leg. 2. 1 more. Rinsing out. And then release both. Knees bend, feet flat, arms wide. Notice right hip, right foot. How the right hip drops now, as though it's settled lower than the left. That's the release we're looking to create. That's settling. That's the grounding we speak of. Left foot, put the strap over the arch of your foot. Keep your right foot flat to the floor. Hold the strap, one in each hand. Bend your elbows wide. Bend your left knee down. That's exhale. Press into your right heel. That's inhale. And just begin. Then you could rinse out the indecision. The murky future. We want a sensation. Trust the clarity in your bones. You just bend and straighten, letting all the rust out of your hips and knees. And then keeping the left leg straighten your right leg, and now square the hips. So the left hip goes a little forward and drops, and the right hip drops, and the left shoulder drops, and the right shoulder drops, and the toes are spread, and the feet are bright. And you stand in your heels and your legs grow bright. You may find a little tremble, and that little tremble is what we're looking for. Put both straps in your left hand, left leg wide, right arm wide to the right. If you need to, you can bend your right knee. And then put a little bend on your inhale, bend the left knee so slightly, and then press into both feet. Little bend, and press it out. Little bend, and press it out. And then just stay. Allow the left inner hip to lengthen, the left inner knee. Keep anchored in the right thigh, anchored in the right hip. Spread your toes. Open it all. And then come back into the center. Hold both straps with your right hand across to the right side. Open it out. Send the left hip away from your chest and down towards your heel. A little bend in your left knee. And exhale, press straight to turn the navel. Little bend in the left knee. Press to turn the chin left. So you're rinsing, you're revolving through the spine. Spread your toes, press into both feet, turn your navel left, turn your chin left, drop your left shoulder. Rinsing, and then finding center. Bring your heel to the middle, bend your right knee, foot flat, and hold both straps, one in each hand. Lift your head and shoulder, head towards your shin, that's exhale. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale, roll up. So you're drawing your shin towards you, and then you're dropping your left hip as you drop your head. One more like that. And setting down. Release your strap. Put both legs long and shake out your feet side to side, your arms wide. Feet side to side, knees up and down. Feet side to side, knees up and down, wag your tail, give the low body a nice shake. Awesome. So that as you roll over, adding a blanket under your knees and your shins, build your dog and notice your legs. As you come into your dog, feel how you've built an anchor. I know it's a slow start perhaps,
to, if we're accustomed to a quicker vinyasa. But that slow start is going to pay off in our legs. Pressing back. Walk your dog. Good. And then stay in your dog. Bring your knees down, bring your toes together, fold back, finding your child. Wag the tail. Inch your fingertips forward. Coming back into your dog. Nice back. Coming back into your child. Good. From your child, draw yourself forward to a cobra. So your knees stay on the thighs, stay on the pad, the hips forward, the heart soft, and then back towards child. So that will be our flow. Exhaling back. Inhaling, hands, knees. Exhaling, dog. Inhaling, hands, knees. Exhaling, child. Inhale, come forward to cobra. Through the heart. And exhale to dog. Again, hands, knees. To child. To cobra. To dog. Hands, knees. To child. Exhale. Inhale, forward cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, hands, knees. Exhale, child, one more. To cobra. To dog. Hands, knees. Child. Good. Take your hands back and rise up on your shins as you lift your hands high, hips forward. Take your hips back and fold hands back to the spine. Okay? Sweep up, hands high. And move from your hips first. So hips come forward, then the hands. And hips drop back, and then the hands to the spine. You inhale as you rise, and you exhale as you fold. And you will find the pace that is your own. Your thumbs point back at the top. The backs of your hands to your spine as you fold. And your hands come a little higher up the body each time for 4, 3, good. Move from your hips first. And then your dog. And notice and be still in your body and feel the momentum, the current that you've made. Heartbeat pressing the base of the thumb into the floor. Good. Bend your knees, feet to the floor. Walk your hands forward. Walk your hands forward. Walk your hands forward. Bring your elbows down. Bring your heart down. Bring your chin down and look forward. Look forward. Rest on your chin. Walk your heart forward. So Hajna, bring your hands further forward so you can find your chest. Oh. So the palms are toward the floor. That's it. Come further forward. Come further forward. That's it. Look forward. Rest on your chin, Emma. Rest on your chest. Come further forward. You got it. You got it. Opening the upper back. Walk yourself back. Tuck your chin around your back. Good, good, good. That's it. Drop your navel, lift your heart. So start to move through the space. So plug into the hands on the floor as though you were spinning your fingers away from each other, as though you were trying to spin your wrists towards each other. And as you do, feel a little weightlessness through the heart. So the more that you activate your hands, the lighter the chest will become. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pause. Bring your right knee right under your right hip. So you can take your left heel straight back. Flex your foot like you're closing a door behind you. Right hand high, thumb up. Bring your elbow to your knee, tuck your chin. There's breath out. Hand out wide and long. There's in. So exhaling and inhale. Exhaling and inhale. You're gathering yourself into your spine. 3. Good. 2. Lug into the floor so that your back is open. Stay. Reach. And hands down. Press. Just feel you're building a current, a certainty from hand to hand, through the arms, through the heart. Right heel press straight back, toes point down. So you mean it. You're closing the door behind you. Your left hand reaching out, your elbow to knee. You tuck your chin and press. Exhale, inhale. So you're pressing into your feet, using the lines you made with the strap. Moving from your navel out into your hand, from your navel out into your heel. And that certainty is holding you steady. 2, 1, press. Look straight down, press. Press into your right thumb. Press into your right heel, navel to spine. Good, good, good. Now set down and float into your dog. And feel the quiet. The beat of your heart. And it's that quiet that holds our certainty. Hands, knees. Take your right hand behind your head so your right elbow points up, your chest open. And then reach your right hand high, palms to face the front. So this is inhale. Hand behind your head, elbow to wrist, rinse down. Elbow up. Hand up, hand behind your head, 1 exhale, elbow to wrist, 2 exhale. Inhale, elbow, inhale, hand, exhale, head, exhale, wrist. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. So to open up, I want you to press down through the base of your left thumb. And when you rinse, that exhale is strong right from the navel out of the body. 2. And you're reaching out. Hand high, pause. Take your right hand forward, your hips back. So right hand on left, come to child. Wrap your right ribs down. Now reach your right hand high, right ribs up, roll open. This is inhale, hand to hand, child. This is exhale, we go. Inhale, roll open. Exhale, sweep back. Ha. Let it be strong, and mouth is the exhale. And up. As though you could clear out the right hip, right rib, right lung on that breath last time. Fold down, pause. Hands and knees. Notice right side, notice left. Plug into the hands. Arrange your knees. And left hand behind your head. So roll the left elbow up. And the left hand high. Turn your left palm to the front as you move. Hand to the head, elbow to wrist. Elbow up, hand to head, elbow to wrist. Inhale up, inhale hand. Exhale head, exhale wrist. To in, to out. Initiate the movement from your right palm. And you are rinsing, and with each turn, you're able to turn higher. Coming into the fullness of your rotation, of your spine. Last time, left hand high, bring your hand, left hand on top of right, hips back, folding down. Unfold, handing high, and exhale goes back. And now open, and down. In the nose and out the mouth. 3. Everything you're carrying, everything you're holding. 2. 1 more. Good. Stay a beat. And now float to your dog and be quiet
And notice base of your thumbs, outer shoulders, length of your arms, soft knees, hips high, arms out long. Quiet. Feel the anchor of the legs and the anchor of the arms. Your right foot steps to your right hand, your left knee comes down. You start to move through, hands up high. Just a beat. Drop your hands, shift your hips back. And sweep up.
And down. Okay, move your front foot forward 2 inches.
Inhale. Inhale.
Better. There you go. Right?
And then pause.
Hands down. Step up.
Hands wide, sit down, thumbs up.
Rise. Press down to stand tall. And then sweep wide, knees bend. Right foot back, right knee down. Hands high. And as you drop your hands, shift your weight back. Good. So your back toe is your anchor. If you could lift up rather than forward, that you would come up out of the hip points and out of the ribs. One more. Good. As you come up this time, pause a beat, look up. And hands down, step back to dog.
So we put it together. Right foot steps, left knee down.
Hands high. Press down to rise and fold. Step up. Hands wide, sit down, thumbs up. And knees soft and fold down.
Left foot back, left knee down.
And rise. And fold.
Inhale, dog. Left foot, right knee.
Hands high. Exhale.
Inhale, step. Exhale, sit. Inhale, rise.
Right foot, so folding. Right foot back, right knee down.
Hands up high.
And fold. Step to dog.
Right foot. Left knee.
Hands high. To fold. Step up. Sit down. Stand tall. And fold.
Left foot. No knee. Hands high.
Stay 3. Bring your hands out in front. Put your fingertips together. Bend your elbows and press your fingertips to bring your navel in, to square your hips, to square your shoulders, to press your back heel. So as you press your fingertips together, press your back heel back and your front heel down. And let the center body open and open and open, and then step down. And you might be a little warmer. Step back down, dog.
Walking down. One heel, the other heel. Notice that little pressure has made clarity through the right heel a little more than the left. So left foot steps up, lunge, no knee, hands high.
Find the feet. And from your feet, bring your fingertips together. Bend your elbows a little. Press the fingers. Drop the shoulder blades into the body. Press down in the front heel and down in the ball of the foot, back into the heel. Now your center body opens because there's a structure. Yes. Bend front knee, Emma. That's it. Hug your inner thighs, Gabby. Yeah. Float. Ha! There's a part of you that's doing it and there's a part of you that's not. There's a part of you that's not. Set it down, step back. Warmer now, down dog. Woo!
That's where we want to go. We want to find the anchor. High plank.
Slide your blanket aside. Good. Step your right foot halfway up and turn your toes out and your heel in. Hands down, heel down, and then roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Press your left hand down and your right hand high. Good. Reach your right hand overhead and send your right knee back towards your heel. Hug your inner thighs and press down into the left hand. Hug your inner thighs to find your outer right hip.
Reach into your right hand, press down into the left, up into the hips. And then right hand high, look straight down, step back, high plank, other side, left foot. Step your foot halfway, turn your toes out. Right outer foot, left hand high. Reach overhead as you hug your inner thighs. So your left knee goes back towards your right heel. Press into your feet, press into your hands. Float the hips. Hug the center line, left hand high, set down, down dog, press back. Walk down. Getting there. We're building something. So we're coming into the hands, high plank. You may do this with your knees on the floor at any point. Or bring your right knee to your right elbow and step back. And your left knee to your left elbow and step back. So right side, inhale, exhale to elbow. Inhale, open, exhale, elbow. And step, and left, and step, and left, and step. Left one, good. Put your knees down, pause. Don't change your hands, your shoulders, your gaze. Tuck your toes further, float your knees 2 inches, press, stay. Knees are 2 inches off the floor. Base of your thumbs are strong, heart floats, navel floats, spine is long. Creating certainty. Moving yourself through the veil that says, I can't, I won't, too much. Press straight down, hips up, down dog, let it go, fall back, drop into your feet. Awesome, beautiful dogs in this room. Emma, put the base of your first finger knuckle into the floor. Thank you. Good, step your right foot outside of your right knee, your right hand, sorry. And then the left knee down. And turn your left hand wide, and your right hand to your right inner thigh. Turn your toes out so that everything is falling open. Let your hips come through. Let your heart, so see how your heart wants to go to the wall? I want it to come forward, through you. Yeah. So you have space under your throat so that the underside of your tongue is equal to the top of your tongue. Your jaw loosens, your face opens, your right knee opens, your toes draw back. And your front body, from your pubis to your navel to your heart, is getting long. Good, set down, step back. Down dog. So we're making a little space in the right hip. Turn your right heel in, bend your left knee and make a great circle with your right hip. And rinse out from your right hip to your right shoulder to your right hand. Big circle, keeping the right heel down and the hips circling. And then square your feet. Good. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. Turn the toes out, the right knee down, the right hand turns out. And then the left hand on the left thigh. Good. Let yourself fall forward into the navel. Let yourself fall up into the heart, and only then you just revolve the chin. So it's not about dropping your head back. It's about falling with your heart coming forward and then just your head on a spit. Left knee drops left. Toes draw back. Hips come forward. Chest is broad. Use your right hand to stay high. Up out of the hips, up out of the belly. And look down, step back. Dog. So, if this is a lot for your system, I want you to rest in dog or rest in child. You want to get a little frisky, you can take knee to elbow, so high plank, knee to elbow, step back to dog. Left knee, left elbow, step back to dog. Last step would be bring your right shin down. Back knee high, back knee high, back knee high. That's it, shin down. So this is going to be like a little springboard. Press your hands down, step to dog. Good. Left knee to left wrist, chin down, look forward. So your heart comes through without dropping your back thigh. And each time you come forward, you bring your shin a little closer to your wrists, especially
on the side of your foot. Your knee will come up. And then you can get as frisky as you like. Thigh stays up, heart comes through. So if you find yourself looking down, I want you to look forward. And as you look forward, lift your back 5. Press into your hands. 3. Awesome. Nice pace, Gabby. Perfect. 2. That's it, Zoe. Good. Wide knee dog. Set it down. Toes together. Heart out long. Float onto your fingertips. Feeling from the mid-back through the outer hips, wag of the tail. The beat of your heart. Good, good, good. So grounding doesn't necessarily mean just lots of standing warrior postures. Come forward onto your belly, and your ribs down, your hips down.
Walk your thighs back. Step at a time. Plunge your palms beside your ribs, elbows wrapped in. Keep walking your thighs back a little bit. And then float your feet, which puts you on your pubis and your ribs. And then widen your feet. Wide your belly. Yeah, man. And then zip together. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Okay, I want you to focus on your inner thighs and see if you can turn the soles of your feet not towards each other but to the sky. Other way. Yes! Yeah, the first way was the easy way. So opening and zipping together and find that little zip. And when you zip, see if you can lift your hands just a ½ inch off the floor. Zah! And then the core of your body isn't the center of your navel, it's the whole length of your spine. All the way up to the top of your head. Point your toes. Find your legs. As you bring your feet together, bring your shoulder blades together. Put the tops of your feet down. Elbows down. Find sphinx. But keep that action you've made from your hips to your toes. And in the strength of your legs, your heart comes through. Let the work of your life be in the low body, so that the experience of your life has space in your heart. Your heart isn't doing the work, but the work in your legs. Let the tops of your feet spread. So out and see if you can find your pinky toes on the floor. Those are your legs. Spread your feet. Bring your feet together. Yeah, so keep that action. Now bring your pinky toes to the floor. So let your heels widen. And we'll all kind of collapse. When your heels widen, you collapse. That's cool. Collapse. Let your heels fall open. Yes. Right? It doesn't have to kind of saggy and all. Awesome. But keep your hips wrapping forward. You feel that? Now wrap your inner thighs in, wrap your heels in, and lift your heart. Yeah. So heels hug in. And this can kind of overactivate us. Good. Now find neutral. Right in the middle, outer hips wrap forward. Outer hips wrap forward like your heels are widening, and then inner thighs wrap down like your heels are hugging in all at one time. You'll firm your legs, widen your hands. Fingertips only, heart up. Use your legs right through your toes. Let your heart be light. Heart. Soften your face. That you could float up out of your navel. Your legs are so heavy and clear. And then roll your belly down, take your elbows back, float your feet. Zip your feet. Good. Right hand reach out. And up. Left elbow. And back. Inhale, reach. And back. You can keep it right there. You can put the tops of your feet flat. Those are options. Listen to your body. But reach into your toes wherever you go. Whew. Inhale as you reach out. Exhale back into the core of your body. That you're coming into that center line. The legs stay strong. 3. Yes. 2. Yes. 1. Plant your hands, elbows down. Rest in your hips a little more. Let your heart float a little more.
Sphinx. We're going to walk the hands to the right as far as they will go. Now turn your chin to your right shoulder as far as it will go. And we're rinsing, lengthening the left side of your spine and compressing the right side of your spine as though you would try to get your chin to your right hip. And then breathe into the left lung, left hip, left side. Start to feel some depth and some length in the left side body. And then walk back through center. And take your hands a step to the left. As far as they'll go. And chin to the left shoulder. So, get your breath into the right lung. Bring your chin towards your left hip. So that you're compressing the left side spine and lengthening through the right side spine. 3, 2, bend yourself. Come back into the middle. And taking your time, press back through child and up into dog, but pause along the way. Moving at a pace that acknowledges the depth of what we've been doing. So get your breath way into the spine. Take your time in your child, take your time in your dog, walking your dog. We didn't do the left heel. Turn your left heel in, bend your right knee and circle your left hip. So as you come to your dog, you finish up the left side. Oh, hello. Excellent. And then find neutral. Feeling the anchors of your feet, feeling the levity of your heart. Walk your feet to your hands. A little bend with your knees and hold opposite elbows. Let your elbows be heavy. And rock your weight onto the balls of your feet. And the heels are weightless. And the back edges of your hips come up. That's it. So rather than straighten your legs that way, imagine you're just tipping. You're tipping your hips. You can even put your thumbs in your hip crease and have your hands help tip your hips up higher. It's not about straightening them. It's about tipping the pelvis, which makes your head go lower and your hamstrings. You have connective tissue from the backs of your hips right down through the soles of your feet. Good. Put your hands on your hips. Everybody, drop your seat deeply, stand up. So tall. Take your time, take your time. It's going to be a big change. Your hands at your hips, drop the backs of your hips to lengthen the fronts of your thighs, to lift the front of your chest, to descend the backs of your shoulders. Step your right foot wide. So you can turn to the right side of your mat. And then fingertips over. Good. Put a big bend in your right knee and stand in your left outer foot. And bend in the left knee and stand in your right outer foot. So inhale is center, exhale bend the right. Inhale is center, and exhale is bend the left. So take your time, follow your breathing. Have a look forward. Yes, and take your tail back. Like Zowie, that little lift at the back edge of your hips, keep it right here. So your hips are coming up, your heart is coming up, and you're bending your knee. There's an action backwards and there's an action forwards. Yes. Feel frisky, float your hands. Use your feet, anchor in. Yes. That's it. Tail back, Gabby, tail back. That's it. That's it. Outer edges of your feet, Hajna. Outer edges. Float the arches of your feet. There you go. Float your armpits. No hands pegging. 3. Yeah, man. All into the inner thigh. 2. Find center. Right hand down at the center under your heart. Left hand high. Spin. Turn. Left hand behind your head.
and reach, stay. Your left hand reaches overhead, your hips go back. 3, good, keep turning. 2, put a bend in your left knee. Ha! Good, reach your left hand high, come into the middle, left hand down to the center. Right hand high, roll over, find the outer edges of your feet. Right hand behind your head. As you can, take your time. Right elbow to your wrist. Roll open. Reach up. Good. To your head, to your wrist. Tail back. Heart floats. Hand high. Last time. Bring it down. Roll up. Good. Right hand reaches overhead. Bending your left knee, hips back. Go, 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 go. Ha. And right hand high. Walk your hands back. Walk your hands back, and your hands are the width of your shoulders. Wrap your elbows, elbows in, elbows in, elbows in. Heels of the hands down. Find the square of your hands into the floor. Walk your hands back. Crown of the head toward the floor. Elbows in, Zoe. Elbows in like you're holding a ball. Walk your wrists under your elbows. So keep going back. Hands go back. Hands go back. Yes, now head to the floor. Elbows in. Elbows squeeze together, head to the floor. So if you got your head on the floor, press down into your head, Linda, get your hips higher. Yes, there we go. 3, elbows in, Emma. Head down, Peggy, hips higher. Yes, so you're not rounding, you're straightening your back. There we go, 2. Good, 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 good. Relaxing. Walk your fingertips under your shoulders. Put a bend in your knees. Drop your seat. Turn your heels in. Stand up tall. Heels in. Heels in. Heels in. Hold the ball. Yes. So drop into your heels. Knees wide. One side, the other side. A little bit side to side. A little bit side to side. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. You're holding a ball. Stand up tall. Inhale. Bend your knees, settle down, exhale. So the thing I'm most interested in is that when you bend your knees go wide, as though you were taking your knees towards your pinkies, towards your pinky toes, so that you're starting to lengthen out the inner thigh, the line from your inner knee. Yup, yup. Now halfway up and down. And so the down is an exploration. You're just seeing where can I go, and maybe shift a little side to side on your way down, because we'll pause there and you're going to go up a ½ inch and then you're going to go down. And you go up a ½ inch, and on the exhale you're in your heels, and on the inhale you're in your navel, and on the exhale you're in your heels, and on the inhale you're up to your navel. And as you're coming inhale, you're hugging your heels towards each other, and then you're dropping into the center of your feet for 2. Ha! Mighty, mighty. Good. Stand up tall. Good. Hands to your hips. Step to the top of the mat. Face me. Curve your legs. Outer edges of the feet. Lift the arch by pressing the big toe down. So the big toe goes down, the heart comes up. Yeah. Shoulder blades down the back. Feeling the legs and the legs and the legs and the legs. Shake it out, and you're going to heel toe your left heel down, your toes down, your right knee high. Interlace your fingers, stand up. Yeah. So you're looking to clarify from your hip to your foot. Hold with your right hand, reach with your left. As you reach up, press down. More declarative, more declarative. Thumb points back. That's it. Right hand high. So flex your foot and now press a dresser drawer shut as you press your heel. Pow. Bend your knee. Hard up. Press. Press into both heels. Press. Good. Press. 3. Ha! Now you gotta mean it. Like, ah! Here we go, one more. Steady on. Press. Stay. You knew it was coming. 3, 2, heel down, heel down, heel down. Now hands wide, stand. Stand. Stand in your right leg. Stand from your hip to your heel in your certainty. They might change all your plans. They might change all the rules.
And then you put your heel down and then your toe down, heel toe. Okay, can you tap that down? And then knee to the chest. And plenty more. Thank you. Flex your foot. So now's the time to wobble. If you're gonna wobble, wobbling is building strength. You're catching yourself and you're pulling back into the middle. So notice if your toes are sort of bird claw on a branch, and what you're doing is rest in your heel, lengthen your foot, base of the toes, like the toe knuckles, down into the floor. From there, hand high. Good. Up out of your hip. That's it. And then 2 hands. Now you mean it. Now you press the door. And you bend. And you exhale and you press. As you press, shoulder blades down your back. Press into your feet. Find that core line. 3. Yes. 2. You're not making it easier. You're not going faster because you're going to stay. And I will tremble and you will tremble and we will rise. Now heel down. Keep it long. Keep it long. Keep it long. Heel to the floor. Stay. Hands wide. Stand in your feet and float your heart. Your heart is not here to work. The work is from the navel to the floor. Your heart is here to work. So we help it over. Hands up high. Soft knees. Widen and down the backs of your legs. Full. Oh, ready? What a relief. Up the backs of the legs. Feet wide. Come up. Inhale. Clearing. That's it. Fold down. Down. Unfold. Feet wide. Oh, so good. So you're coming in and out, feeling the legs, using your legs, bending the knees as much as you need to. Good. So that's one option. Another is to take your hands forward and back up. You need to be aware of your low back as you do. Now when you fold, if your arms are forward, I want you to bend your elbows and take them beside you. Like this. And then sweep up and overhead. Exhale, folding, bend your elbows. Bend your knees as much as you need to. We're going 10. And out. That's it. Nice. Elbows bending as though you were closing that door with the backs of your arms, with the tips of your elbows. You gotta bend your elbows a little more. Keep your hands by your body. That's it, that's it. Whew. 3, easier. It's all out of you. 2, one more. It's all out. Stand tall, sweep wide, pause, stand tall. Legs are your strength, heart is your field. Feel the field of your heart. That's where your certainty lands. No one determines that but you. Feel the beat of your heart. It's going to swell. Shake it out. And get your blanket so that you have it in this lovely, we have a big rectangle and then we have a narrow rectangle. Looks like that. Fold of the rectangle faces forward. Whatever forward will be, the front of your mat is that way. So that you can come to sit down on top of it. Soles of the feet. Tiny little, tiny little, tiny little. Yep, so you're perched on the front edge of the bolster. Good, good, good. If this makes your hips crazy, add another blanket. Like if it gets pinchy, good, tiny little, tiny little. So again, from the navel down, you're anchoring. And now let your chest, your shoulders soften, your heart falls up. Because you relaxed your face and you relaxed your arms and you dropped your work into the seat, into the sit, into the points of your seat. Right? And then knees down, heart comes up. Comes up. Lean a little bit back. So that you start to feel the lines from under the edge of your jaw. Heart comes up. Right hand down beside you, and the left heel of your hand into the mid-left thigh. Go away. So that you can find that all the way to your left jaw. Oh. So whatever you carried in, whatever you brought in, you could drop that out of your left hip, like a knot coming undone. And your hand is helping to take the femur, the thigh bone, out of the hip socket. Oh, and you're letting it out of the left shoulder, out of the left side body, out of the left side jaw. And you draw your right ribs away from the left hip. Taking the head of the femur bone right out of the socket, making a little space. Ah, good. And changing sides, left hand down. 90. You're getting taller on the inside. So Emma, get hold of yourself, press down and send it away. You're making traction. That's it. And put a little more weight in your left hip so that your right is free. Yeah. Get in your body like you mean it, like you're home. There you go. Sit in your left hip and press the right one away. Until you feel how that's completely connected to your ear. There you go. You can turn your neck, you can turn your chin, you can shake out your jaw. Go where you need to go. You have connective tissue wrapping around your outer hip that goes all the way to your jaw. Good. So that when you come to center, a little space in there. So you'll put your right foot flat, draw your left foot closer. So your left knee points forward. Option 1 is your right foot is inside your knee. Option 2, put it outside. So bring your knee a little closer. Sitting tall, my right hip is floating and my left hip is anchored onto the bolster. My knee and my ankle are joined. I can hug them together. That's it, Emma. It lifts you up. That you're hugging not your thighs, you're hugging your ankle and your knee. Yeah, now stand in that front foot. That height is where we're going. Excellent. Wrap around or elbow outside the thigh. And now drop into the back of your right hip and it turns your belly. Don't look back. Look to the right side of your mat. That's it. Right out the window, Zoe. Go right out the window. From this posture, let your right hip start to get heavy. So that's the floating hip. And as your right hip gets heavy, you start to turn your belly button to the right. So drop into your hips. The heart comes up, hips come down, turn your chin now. Right shoulder. Turn to the front. Inhale front, exhale back. For 3. Yeah. For 2. Arch of your foot, straightening your left arm. Good. Emma, you've turned the opposite direction. Linda has turned the opposite direction. Every which one's always there. That's the turn we want. I was like, why is Peggy different? That's it. Good. Can you lean a little forward? Get your outer arm to your outer knee. That's it. Now find the arch of your foot. Your hand. Yeah, now straighten that. Goes how we go. Yes. Good. Finding that turn. Now find center. Uncoil. Hands open. Keep your legs. Because we're going to take the right knee over the left by taking the foot wide. So, my bottom leg didn't change. My top leg simply straightened the right foot so that my shin is parallel. My bottom shin is in and my top shin is parallel. So push your top foot forward. I know. It takes like an instrument and a group of people to push it along. So bring your heel forward. Good. Now bring your foot forward. Perfect. Don't cross over. That's it. Bring your foot forward. Bring your foot forward, Kevin. That's it. Forward. Fingertips. We're not trying to fold, we're getting length because we're going to take a step to the right. Now we're going to fold. So simple, right? Just fold. Elbows. Rather than your head. Yeah, that's where you're going. All right. Drop your hips back. Yes, your hips drop back, your elbows drop down. Bend your elbows down. That's where it's going to happen. Right there, that half inch, right? Breathe out when you bend your elbows. Breathe in if you need to float up. That's it. Peggy, if you've got space, walk your arms out, fingertips only. Fold in there. Don't cheat, drop your hips. Yes, that's it. That's it. That's it. Nice. Have some good exhale. Right there. Soften. Go further to your right if you can. Soften your hips and just notice how they're holding on. And in the holding on, it's like your hips are rising up. I want you to relax your hips and drop them into the floor. Drop into the floor. Drop into the floor. It's an act of trust. That's the grounding. I trust that I can let go. I trust that I can handle what will happen. I trust that I'm cared for and safe. I trust this. Let go, drop down. So that when you drop down, now when you rise up, you've made the ground. The ground is within you, it's not outside. It's always going to be challenged. Just stay here, don't change your legs, just hang out a second. In yin yoga, it's called a rebound. We're going to lie all the way back into the posture of Shavasana. We won't stay long, but I want you to unfold all the way back, legs out, heels wide, arms wide, lie on your back, unfold, and in the unfolding, feel a release of everything that was held. Legs uncrossed, body locked, all the way out. Oh, out the feet, out the legs, out the arms. Yeah. Good, keep the blanket, keep the blanket. The hips are a little lifted. Hips are a little lifted. Again, release into the floor. But what we're holding can be set down. Feel an evenness, right hip, left hip. Right shoulder, left shoulder. Right heel, left heel. Right hand, left hand. Big breath in. All the way up. Roll yourself up and come to the other side. The right shin folded. I'm seated on my right hip. My left foot is just inside or outside, depending on the cross. Good. Roll to your right outer hip so that your left foot is fully on the floor. See how it wants to peel up? Lean further to the right and find your left foot. Don't let your foot up as you sit back. Right, so now you're getting some length in the inner thigh. Perfect. Wrap around. Keep your foot on the floor. Turn. Stand in that foot. Turn towards the left. Perfect. Now let your hips be heavy. Relax your inner thighs. Let your heart go up and your hips go down. Yes, that's it. So relax the belly. Drop down toward the floor. Drop down toward the floor. Try getting your breath all the way down into your belly. Your heart comes up. Turn your chin to the front, over the shoulder, and then to the back. And as you take your time, you start to feel that turn come up through the spine. Yeah. You may make a little more space as you do if you choose, the outer arm to the outer thigh. That's it. Mm-hmm. Good. Turning back, steady, and drop. Notice how in the effort to turn, You've gathered your seat up. Drop your seat down, which will lift your heart up. Drop down. That's it. So much better. Trust this. Trust the unfolding. Just letting go. I trust what will happen when I let go. I soften my face, my shoulders. I allow my heart to open. My legs are the work. Turn to the front. Good. Hands pause. You simply walk your left foot further right. If opening into an open, if you don't want to cross, this is a big ask in that fold, so listen to your hips. Right? So now our tendency is to pull our heels in. You're going to walk your left heel forward and forward and forward until it's a straight line from your knee across the edge of your mat out your heel. Right? And now your knees have cupped. See if you can kind of manhandle yourself, one knee on top of the other. Right? Okay. So bottom heel tucks in. And fold. Lengthen forward. Right? And notice the temptation to get efforty and to pull into yourself. There. Go there. Because your expression changes. That's it. Yes. You have my blessing. Go forward. Now walk left. Because that's where your family is. Right over there. That's where your taxes are. Oh, baby, good morning. So keep getting long. Oh, a little lift if you need to, and then a little drop. You're dropping your elbows. Ha! You're dropping your hips. You're dropping your opinions. You're dropping your expectations. Relax your inner thighs. Relax your legs all the way. Can your toes move? If your toes can move, you can laugh. It's a great sign. If your toes are holding, then you can't laugh and nothing's any worth it. So just fold over. Now fall in. Fall into it. Fall into it. Fall. Get heavier. Be held. Trust the gravity. Fall into your body. Out of your head. Into your body. Into the sensation. Like, oh God, I don't know. Would something pop off if you just trusted this? Fold, 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 and drop in. Let go. Like you carried something heavy a really long way and now you're just done with it. Put it down and walk off. I'm not going to carry that anymore. Just put it down. Walk yourself up. Don't unfold yet. Because this unfolding is plenty for now. Just sit tall. Be heavy in your hips. And notice the state of your brain. As you unfold, you're allowing a bound energy to be unbound, and it's going to come up to the midbrain. Without tension in our legs, our mind is clearer. We're all one thing. Staying on your bolster, lie back. Unfold. Unfold. Shake out your feet side to side, your knees up and down. Oh, dear God, and let it all come undone. Feeling how heavy and quiet your legs are. And yet how radiant and how able your legs are. It's not Shavasana, don't get excited yet. It will be in 2 minutes. Just letting it unfold, letting it run loose for a moment. Walk your feet in, press your feet down, lift your hips, slide your blanket away. And then just put your hips back to the floor. Heels are wide, toes fall in, knees fall in. Letting your hips be heavy. Trusting the weight of your body.
feeling how your spine might slowly lengthen. Walk the back of your head a little further from your hips. Draw your right knee to your chest, interlace your fingers, keeping it close. Rinse that. Straighten your left leg, flex your right. Lift your left foot to the ceiling, and on your exhale, set it down. Good. Inhale up, exhale down, your pace. Neutralize. Neutralize. Find your way back into an equanimity between front and back, up and down, in and out. Keep your left heel on the floor. Hold with your right hand, left hand overhead, stay. Back of your left hand is on the floor, and you'll walk your head to the right a step, and you'll take your left hand step to the right. Now stand squarely in your left heel. Draw your toes back. So it's strong in the left leg. Let your legs do the work, and now be open and supple in your heart, your shoulders, your face. The left lung is splayed wide. Let your right knee come wider to the right, wider to the right, wider to the right, wider to the right. And back into the middle. Good. Adjust your spine. Your head is in line with your hips. Tree pose. So seal the right inner foot, the right foot to the left inner thigh. Right hand to your left thigh, press down. Left hand on your left ribs. Draw the ribs down. So from that clear left heel, press away from you. Stand in the left heel. Press your right hand down to open the right hip. Press your left hand down to open the left ribs. And now that core line, right through the center of your body, widens. Your sushumna, the energetic channel that follows the spine. Press into your right hand, press into your left, stand in your left heel, and now rebound, let go. Legs straight out, palms fall open, release, notice. We're building an equanimity, an evening of the breath of the body. Left knee to chest, interlace your fingers, hold it close, right heel high, up and down. Using this to even out right hip, left hip. Right shoulder, left shoulder. Build that rectangle on the floor. Spread your toes. Good. Keep your heel to the floor, take your right hand overhead, stay. Walk your head a step left, and your right hand follows. Stand in your right heel. Soften your right shoulder and your right elbow and your right hand. And the left knee melts wider and wider. Standing in your right heel, widening the left knee. Widening the abdomen, and then building tree, head to the center. Left knee bent, stand your left foot on your right inner thigh, hug the thigh and the foot. Left hand, left thigh, right hand, right ribs. That's it. That's it. So that way, find your ribs and really peel them open to the right, and pressing your left thigh down to the left. So you're peeling the whole center line open. Yes. Yes. Good. Stand. There we go. That's where we're headed. Good. Good, good, good. So that when you let go, legs extend, palms open, body free, rebound. That there's nothing
holding you, constraining you, that there are currents that you've felt that are running through you. So, as we build our Shavasana, this opening we've made will serve us so well. Walk your feet in, roll to one side, and you set yourself up. So if you don't have a bolster, if you have a blanket or a sweater, then you cover your body first to add a layer. If you don't have a bolster, you'll use blocks under the backs of the meat of your calves, so that when you lie back, there's a support, there's a release. Next step, you could set your blocks on your edge. If you have a bolster, set it on its edge. You could have an edge. So take your blanket behind you before you get going. The blanket goes behind you, with the fold facing you. So that we have a blanket that looks like this, and the fold faces me. My shoulders will go here, my head will go here. If I have a bolster, I want the bolster on its edge, and it's right equal between the calves and the thighs. It's under the knees. Super. So because they're smaller, you're going to put it under your heels, under the little, right behind your heels. Good. So that when you lie back, the tops of your shoulders have been supported, the back of your head is supported, the backs of the hands, and the backs of the knees. Ah. And let go. So any adjustment that you need to make, so that you can fall into a sensation of total support. There we go. Yes. See that this changed? First few breaths are deep and smooth. nothing changes, but there is an awareness of an expanse of the navel on the inhale, and a gathering of fortitude on the exhale to the navel. The breath does not need to get bigger, but the sensation may begin to grow. On the inhale, a total freedom and expansion. Without hurry, without force, a gathering in fortitude. Keep it just this way. Or direct the inhale to the top of your head. Exhale back to center. Inhale to the top of the head. Exhale to center. Again, rest your attention with the navel. The inhale is an expansion, the exhale is a gathering of fortitude. Release the technique and notice the body. When we begin to direct our attention, we begin to direct our prana, our life force. We begin to organize ourselves more clearly and more fully. You may stay in Shavasana or finish by coming to a seat, and we'll follow that directed breath through the body. So coming from your Shavasana, you just bend your knees. Put your feet on your bolster. To let your hips be heavy. To roll to the side. To be seated on the edge of your bolster or to be seated on the edge of your blanket. Either arm great, heart high, resting with the eyes closed, coming to vertical, noticing. Creating this vertical channel from seat to crown. Establish your attention on the inhale, the sense of the navel expands. On the exhale, it gathers into fortitude. No hurry. Inhale, there's space around the navel. On the exhale, send your breath from the navel to the ground. Inhale back to the navel. Exhale to the crown of the head. Inhale back to the navel. Out and down through the floor and anchor. Back into the navel. Out and up to the crown and antenna. Inhale back to the navel. So continue anchoring and returning and extending and returning. Inhale's always at the navel. toes growing a little higher. Your anchor, your fortitude, your foundation is getting a little stronger. And the navel holds it both. Let it be a little looser, a little freer. Whenever you inhale, it's at the navel. Can you breathe out into both directions? You are a foundation. You are supported, you are held, you are resourced. You have all that you need to rise up, to transcend, to be inspired. And release the effort, release the technique, and just rest in what you've made. This steadiness is who you are. It is an internal state. The outer world doesn't provide grounding, but your inner world is always available for you. And from that grounding we rise. We are free. We are evolving. Reach wide, reach high, palms together. And on the exhale, down the middle. The next 3 times with an Om, A in the belly, U in the chest, M in the head, inhaling up. Thumbs to the forehead, center, Om Shanti Shanti, peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste. Namaste. Have a fantastic afternoon. This is also a good practice to do at the end of the day. Some of them are better for the morning, but this one is really, you'll sleep so nicely. And just know that when we're anchoring, when we're grounding, it's not inertia. It's that we're a foundation so that there's a freedom, that the heart isn't doing the work anymore. Have a fantastic time. Be back tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock for Kundalini, in person in Baltimore at 8 and in person online at 8. See you then.